Hello my YouTube family, it's Up for New Gaming. Just before I start the video off, I wanted to warn you guys that there's some serious spoilers. So this stuff is not just pictures, it is in fact gameplay of Artorias. This was released on Games Radar, and I'm not going to show you guys the whole content, I just want to show you guys a clip that shows kind of how relentless Artorias is. And then after that I want to talk about some new things that were also revealed in this trailer, and also if you guys want to watch the original, of course I'll link to it. It'll be the first link in the description that you guys can check out and go watch the whole 13 minutes of gameplay. Pretty cool. Brendan Zion, the global brand manager for Namco, was playing, and he was with a person from Games Radar. Again, so I'm only going to show a bit of the footage from Games Radar. I have the whole video, but I'm not going to put it on there. I'm not going to rip someone's content like that. Again, I just want to give you guys a preview and talk about some new things that may not be so apparent in the walkthrough. So again, warning, big spoilers, gameplay spoilers, storyline progression spoilers, stuff like that. So if you do go watch that trailer, be careful. Again, I'm only going to show you guys a clip of the gameplay here after this. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. And it's not too, I don't want to really give away too many big spoilers. Honestly, if you were to ask me, I kind of wish I hadn't watched the gameplay, because it was a lot of revealing info just about Artorias and how you fight him. It even showed how he died, which is kind of I don't know. I didn't like that they showed all that. It was too focused on showing one side of the content. So again, if you ask me, I would say don't watch it. Don't watch the whole trailer if you still want to be excited for the game when it comes out. But if you really can't just wait, then it's not going to hurt you. But you will see how Artorias fights and acts and moves and dies if you watch the whole thing. So be careful. Again, I'm just going to show a bit of the gameplay. I don't want to show a lot, so I'm kind of teasing you guys as well. And if you want to go check it out, of course, go do so. But again, you have my warning and my opinion on the matter. So let's get into this clip here.
Do you think you should be to fight this guy? I mean, typically, depending on how fast you play through the game, you know, I say if you play through the game for the first time, you could be level anywhere from, 70 to 100 and whatever. Just if the player really likes to grind it out and, play the mobs and really level up and focus on leveling up until they've played through the game once, then you can probably get...
Alright, so now I just want to talk a little bit about what you guys just saw in the clip, and then actually a warning again for some more spoilers after I'm done talking about what was in that clip. I want to talk about again some more pretty big things that came about and give you guys the information in case you do in fact want it and are still looking for more and just can't get enough of this game. You don't care about spoilers. So that'll be after I talk about this clip here. I'm going to go into a lot of other information that you may not know yet. Alright, so first of all, in the boss battle, Artorias seems very relentless. He did like 3 or 4, I think it was 3 flips in a row at the opponent, and I don't think you can, if you can parry him, it hasn't been revealed, and I'm almost certain you can't parry that jumping type attack. So very relentless. He does tons of damage to your block, even though he is all physical, so you can block all of his damage with a 100% physical blocking shield, but again, you saw how much damage he was doing to stamina, and stamina caps off at a certain point, so you can't get any higher than that. So he's going to be breaking a lot of people's guards, and that's probably going to frustrate a lot of people when they do, in fact, fight him. So I think, actually, with how much damage he does to your stamina while blocking, I think it'd be a better tactic a better trade-off to just roll away, because it'll take less stamina than the hits would if you were to block, and look for openings that way. Again, also in the gameplay, he is in fact only using his right arm, so his left arm is unusable for some reason. I'm not sure exactly why or how that came about. That'll probably be revealed later, but it is true. All the speculation before this point and everything else was correct. He only does use his right arm and does in fact not have his shield. And one more thing I wanted to mention, if you guys saw the whole trailer. Well, now I'm gonna talk about other stuff. So this is the end of the non-spoiler section as far as in regards to this clip. I didn't really think the clip spoiled too much. Just shows how relentless he was. But now I'm gonna get into some serious spoilers. So go ahead and click off if you don't want to see that. If you stay this far, then we're gonna get right into it here in a sec. All right, so into the spoilers we go. So there was previously, before all the bosses were revealed, only a few of them were. There was 4 confirmed bosses. Now all of them, now 3 of them at least have been revealed, and I believe the 4th has also been revealed, but he hasn't been confirmed. So the first boss, and it's confirmed that they are in fact in this order for the DLC or the new content for PC. The first one will be Chimera of Tomb or Sanctuary Guard, whatever you want to call it. He is guarding the area prior to where you face Artorias. This was also revealed in the Games Radar footage. So he was the first boss you face. And then immediately after, we'll be facing Artorias. Now, you guys may be wondering, or kind of confused, and I kind of was at first, but the DLC is not actually completely centered around Artorias, even though I believe the actual DLC was Artorias of the Abyss DLC. He's actually only the second boss of 4 in the new content. So it'd be Chimera of Tomb and then Artorias after, and you'll actually kill Artorias and keep progressing through the rest of the content. That won't even be near the end. It'll only be about halfway through, if even that. So Artorias is only the second boss. The DLC is not completely centered around him. It's probably more centered around the Abyss that covers Ulasil and takes over Ulasil, and how that came to be and how all that happened, and, you know, a link to how what happens when the bonfires go out or aren't continually linked or whatever. So yeah, Artorias' second boss, when he dies, the content still continues. Then the next boss, and again, it is in this order, is the Black Dragon. So I'm saying it's in this order because this was talked about in the Games Radar footage. So you'll fight him after you defeat Artorias. Now, he is indeed, at least in my speculation, I think, warped or shaped because of what I believe the next boss will be. And, you know, kind of just the theme of the DLC or the new content so far. So it's a warped and twisted black dragon. So it's not a typical dragon. It's probably of evil affiliation, not just natural when you'll be fighting him, of course. So yeah, the third boss is the Black Dragon. There's a sequence where he flies in, and I think there's a sequence where he fights you. There are pictures of both. This one he seems like he threw you in the air or something, but this is just a picture. I don't think this is actually from the game. Alright, and then the final boss, and this is speculation on my part because I have no idea what else this thing would be. I've never seen anything function just as an aesthetic in the game that was this big and this imposing. So I'm almost 100% positive this is the final boss. This looks like something that would corrupt Artorias. This looks like something that would corrupt Ulasil. He was also in the trailer, so he looks like he also resides in the Abyss. Its name is the Dark Lurker. Some people have said he looks like a Titanite demon with a head. That's also speculation that I've heard. Some people have said that his hand, one of his hands, is a claw holding his weapon, and his other hand looks like the hand that grabs you from the Darkroot Basin area and brings you into the new content. So those are both speculations made about this boss. Very frightening looking, and again, I can't believe I would sincerely doubt, even though he hasn't been confirmed as a boss just yet, that this guy functions just as an aesthetic or an NPC, being as big as and imposing and as corrupting as he looks. So, again, pretty speculation at this point, but I believe he is the thing that corrupts Ulasil, corrupts Artorias, possibly corrupts the Black Dragon as well. Very big and imposing, very frightening, something I'm definitely looking forward to dying to several times. I wonder if he'll be the source of some new magic, possibly some new armor, almost certainly some new weapons. So I'm really excited about all that. I can't wait to see what role he plays, even though it's pretty laid out so far, I think. Alright, the next big thing that I noticed in the gameplay footage, and it's huge to me, very, very huge. I don't know how many people actually may have noticed this, but when they were doing the gameplay, they didn't talk about it, so I'm assuming this is probably something they weren't supposed to reveal yet. Or maybe it's just something that neither of them thought was important, but I think it's very, very important at this point. So, when you defeat Artorias, and I warned you guys there were spoilers, when you defeat Artorias, as you see on screen right here, you get the Soul of Artorias. So this means that his previous weapons that you got are probably not the only ones you're going to be able to get. So maybe there's either a remake coming out for his sword that you can make with this new soul, which I hope will be more powerful, but maybe less viable. I don't know, more powerful and slower. Or this has some sort of, you know, contribution to making some sort of magic or some sort of shield. I don't know, but they were talking about his armor, and you get his armor somewhere else, but you don't get it from this soul. So that's never been previously the way it was either, so I didn't really think it was that anyway. But you get a Soul of Artorias. Whether I really doubt this is just a way to progress forward. I don't really think this will have an impact on, you know, progressing through an area. I think this is something for the players to make a new piece of weapon or a new piece of equipment, or a new piece of equipment or weapon. I'm really excited to see what this makes. I have no idea at this point. Maybe, possibly another sword, maybe possibly some magic or something of that nature. I don't know. But one more thing I wanted to mention here in the screenshot that you can see is that the player is wearing the Covenant, or the Covenant with the Abyss ring, or whatever it's called, the Abyss Walker. I don't know what he's wearing. That ring that allows you to enter the Abyss in the original game. I'm not sure if you're gonna have to wear that, or if he's just wearing it to, I don't know, hint to the links from the old content to the new content, or I'm not really sure, but I just wanted to point that out as well. So yeah, the Soul of Artorias will be in the new content. I can't wait to see what this is for. I'm really, really excited. Alright, another really big thing, at least to me, that I saw in this trailer, which was new gameplay never before seen, is that there were these caster-type enemies that were there. They had the parasites on their heads like the others, and they were using a catalyst, casting out this dark magic right here. So this is the first gameplay footage we've ever seen of new dark magic-type sorceries in the game. Now, I believe previously every magic that enemies could use, except for like bosses, you know, like normal enemies, like the guys in the painted world that use the fire surge, you could get that. It didn't look the exact same, but you could get some form of it. So I'm speculating, and I'm almost certain that this would be some type of sorcery that will be in game, available for players to use. This looks like I'm gonna stop right here at this frame. It looks just like, you know, again, a humanity sprite. So some type of dark magic using the souls of humans or something. I'm not sure. It takes up a decent chunk of this guy's health, not too much, but it's really quickly cast. It travels really fast, kind of like a soul arrow, but you know, a dark magic type kind. It looks really cool. I don't know what shape or form this will take in the game. Maybe just opponents will use enemies, but if this is something we can use in PvE and PvP, I'm definitely looking forward to some new fresh magic and sorceries, something exciting. Hopefully it won't be very strong, you know, just like a quick sorcery to hit people with, use as maybe a type of main offense. So sorcerers don't really have to really rely on those one-hit kills. But very cool, something I thought was very interesting. Alright, another thing I wanted to point out in this screenshot right here. I previously thought these guys were all using Ula-style Ivory Catalyst because, you know, the branching and twistedness of them. But if you see up close to the screenshot right here, which is actually something I didn't notice before, it's just like a twisted bramble of branches. I don't know, it looks like something that I guess these guys would be using. It's odd. It's definitely interesting, and possibly a new catalyst that we'll see in the... possibly get to use. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But definitely a new catalyst here. Whether or not we'll have access to it is what we'll have to wait and see. Something cool and something I wanted to point out as well. Alright, and the last thing I wanted to point out was something I heard the two that were playing the game discussing. So Brennan Zion mentioned that he heard a lot of people in the community really like the PvP, and they would have places that we would go, like the Berg or the Kiln, that would be our de facto arenas, and these are his words. So he said that they set up a new arena for us to battle, and something we kind of heard about before. But he also talks some more about some of the game modes, or possibly all of the game modes. I don't know how many there's going to be, but at least some of them. So he said that there's going to be an arena, and there's going to be game modes like 1v1, 2v2, or Battle Royale, which is for people, every man for himself. So that's just something very interesting for PvP that I thought I'd mention. So I got a lot more info coming. If you guys want to stay up to date, make sure to subscribe. I have a lot of great content to inform you for still so far. I also encourage you to subscribe to the Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition show to stay up to date on all things that I upload that are just Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition. Just, you know, a way of having a failsafe in case you miss one of my uploads. And if you're really interested in that, it's just a better way to keep up with it. So subscribe to both me and the show if you guys are looking forward to more. All ratings are appreciated. It helps me out very much, and I'm very appreciative. I love you guys. Yashtim. God bless.